I think Brendan is a smart basketball player. He always he picks up plays quickly.
A sharp shooter, one that seems to always have a sweet shot on the left-hand side of the court. He seems to always get that shot in.
Well, I mean, in the short games I played, I consider myself a leader, at least someone that helps the people on my team aspire to be kind of a better player.
He always knows where to be on the court when he's supposed to be there.
Very astute, knows the court, stays with his man, just is an all-around smart basketball player.
And then I just heard a snap, and then I just realized from the beginning that my wrist was basically broken, and I was going to be out for a while.
Ever since he's been a small kid, he's always had an ability to shoot the ball. So I guess dependable is kind of how I'd phrase him as a basketball player.
I was a shooting guard in the 2 position, and basically I was kind of the man who just ran up the court and tried to get the plays started.
Brendan that was probably his best time of year basketball-wise. Brendan had a great summer, and unfortunately it didn't last for the whole year.
It was in the last tournament that the Summer League played. It was the first game, probably 3-4 minutes into that game. Went for a rebound, it squirted out, he rushed for it, and he was the first one to get to the ball right before about 3 guys from their team did. They continued running, ran over him, his hand hit the floor, and fractured it.
The doctor said he was going to have a cast on for 6 weeks, and then 2 weeks he would have a splint, and after that he should be able to come back and play.
I mean, I was extremely sad and devastated. I wasn't able to play with my teammates that I thought were really comforting and all that, and it was just a really fun experience playing with them, so I was pretty devastated about that. I came to every single game in practice, even when I was injured, so I thought I was good at least supporting the team.
The only thing he was really able to do from a basketball standpoint was right-handed dribbling drills and shooting. So by the end of it, actually, his shooting was still really solid after it. What he lacked was in-game experience.
I played pretty rough the first couple games, but the first tournament I didn't play that well, but after that I started to get my kind of mojo back, and I started to play a lot better.
So we were there watching at the game, and in that particular game, it was against Calabasas. It was early in the game, if I recall correctly. All of a sudden, he's in the game for 4 minutes, and then he gets pulled, and he doesn't play the rest of the time. And he tells one of that his right hand hurts a little bit, and so they had some trainers look at it that were there, and they said, "Oh, it's nothing. It's maybe just a little strain." But he ended up seeing the whole time. So I didn't think it was a problem until, of course, we went to the doctor and found out, yeah, there was another fracture right here in his hand.
Again, it was the same. This one, they said the cast was going to be on for 5 weeks, and then 2 weeks there would be he didn't have a splint, but he couldn't do any man-on-man contact for 2 weeks.
Now, I think this one he was a little more depressed quickly, because he just missed the entire preseason, just started 2 weeks before the season, 2.5 weeks into the season, his first 5 games, and that's all they played, and then he broke and he missed the rest of the season. So I think he was truly depressed on that one. He was depressed much quicker than he was in the first injury.
As we drove home from the doctor's office, he put his head into his hand, and he just went, "I can't do this again."
I still went to every single practice and every single game, no matter what, unless I had something such as a doctor's appointment.
So this is interesting. So the next time he could play basketball, they have HD tryouts. So the basketball season is over, and they're going to the club, in the HD club. So he went to one HD practice, tryout. Then, subsequently after that, unbeknownst somehow, something happened to his knee, whether it was at that tryout or somewhere else, and that's when his knee blew up. So he really never came back to basketball after his right hand was healed. So right as soon as his right hand was healed, his right knee blew up, and he's been out and doing physical therapy since.
We do not know how. That is a conundrum. However, he has what's called focal chondral hyperintensity. So basically he has thinning of the cartilage in his knee.
So I think he's been out so far about 6 weeks, and he's still at least another week or two away before he returns.
He can't wait to get back on the court.
I was looking forward. I still kept a high head, and I wasn't that kind of sad about it, but I just wanted to get back in and play again.
So, considering that he was never an injury-prone person, so he never really had any significant injuries until this cluster of injuries. So I perceive that when he gets on the court for the first week or two, I think he's going to be extremely tentative. Once he learns to trust his body, then he'll come back. But I think it's going to take a couple weeks.
I think there's high hopes for me next year. I got a lot of great players on the team, and I'll have a lot of good experiences that year.